For matters of the court, must introduce those present. Jacques de Molay, King Philip the Fourth of France, Pope Clement the Fifth, and the court's lictor. This high court gathers tonight to hear the case against Pope Clement and the King of France, Philip, who are accused of conspiracy, murder, and treason. Pope Clement, justify your actions.
Why am I here? What is the meaning of this? I cannot comprehend the mystery of my presence in this place. It is as if a strange and overpowering summons intrudes upon my rest. A curse must be upon me yet, for even after death, the torment of the Templars is not still. They have destroyed this pope, and with me, they have taken the king. Yet here I am, as it was in centuries past. Will their power not stop with death? The matters, should be forgotten.
The matter cannot be forgotten. Many men died, among the bravest in France.
I did not condemn them. The king, Philip, condemned them when he was informed of their indiscretions. He obtained damning evidence against the Templars. He had no choice when confronted with the evidence. They had wealth beyond their station and power as well. They had become arrogant in their manner towards guardians of decency. They conducted strange, dark rites, unholy and terrible, which violated the precincts of the church. So he condemned them to death. It was only right.
What right did he have to condemn men to death for such reasons? What title gave him the privilege? My knights and I swore to ensure victory for our sacred banner, to dedicate our lives to the protection of our temple. Yet, with it, we submitted our pledge to the king that our power would be his to wield.
Philip had only the authority of a profane ruler, and he tried to ignore the superior force, the power of the magicians who today have called forth this high court.
Philip was their king. He was their ruler. But he was also their guide, their spiritual guide. The Templars were arrogant. They claimed to be above all laws. They had to be crushed. They had to discover the lesson of humility in the jails of their king.
You will inform the king, whose shackles bound us, that we offered ourselves to his cause. Yet he wished to find us unworthy, and deemed us anathema, because we had our temple, and did not wish to sacrifice our beliefs which gave us inner strength. One can drag an innocent man into a prison cell, but if he is armed with inner strength and is truly generous, he is not debased by the weight of his shackles.
That may be true, Mole. Though your courage was not lessened by imprisonment and torture, you did in fact confess your heresies, your evil crimes, and those of your order, your unholy acts.
You tortured them. You treated the knights of the temple who, in their strength and all their lives, fought to protect your throne, as you would have treated murderers or thieves.
Your Majesty, when distinguishing me among all your subjects, you showered me with honor. I refer to the day when I received the illustrious distinction of bestowing my name on the son of the King of France. Little could I have expected the solemn insult of appearing later before you as a vile criminal.
De Molay, please tell the court how the Templars died.
An immense pyre, prepared for torture, rises as a scaffold. Each knight wonders if he will have the honor of being the first to climb it. But the Grand Master arrives. The honor is reserved for him. And he proceeds to climb while his knights look on. His face radiates glory and vision of what will come far beyond that moment. He speaks to the crowd. People of France, remember our last words. We are innocent. We die as innocents. The verdict that condemns us is an unjust one, but elsewhere, an august tribunal exists, one which the oppressed never implore in vain, for its judgments are without piety. I dare to cite you before that tribunal. O Pope of Rome, another 40 days shall pass, and then you shall appear before it. Everyone in the crowd was trembling, and shuddered at the pronouncement of the Grand Master. But even greater shock and fear swept over the crowd when he continued to speak. O Philip, my master, my king, even if I could forgive you, it would be in vain, for your life is condemned. Before the same tribunal, I expect you within a year. Numerous spectators, moved by the Grand Master's curse, are shedding tears for you, Philip, and terror spreads through the silent throng. It seems the very semblance of that future vengeance moves into the crowd. The executioners are terrified, and suddenly have no power to come close. Tremblingly, they throw their torches on the pyre, and quickly turn away. Thick smoke surrounds the scaffold, growing into billows. Suddenly flames appear and leap up. Yet in the sight of death, these brave knights do not betray themselves.
Enough. O sad fraternity do I unfold, your dolorous mysteries shrouded from of yore. Nay, be assured, no secret can be told to any who divined it not before. None uninitiate by many a presage will comprehend the language of the message, although proclaimed aloud of evermore. And yet a man who raves, however mad, who bares his heart and tells of his own fall, reserves some innermost secret, good or bad. The phantoms have no reticence at all. The nudity of flesh will blush through tameless. The extreme nudity of bone grins shameless. The unsexed skeleton mocks shroud and pall. The vilest thing must be less vile than thou, from whom had its being God and Lord, creator of all, woe and sin abhorred. Malignant and implacable, I vow that not for all thy power furled and unfurled, for all the temples to thy glory built, would I assume the ignominious guilt of having made such men in such a world, as if a being god or fiend could reign, at once so wicked, foolish, and insane, as to produce man when he might refrain. The world rolls round forever like a mill. It grinds out death and life and good and ill. It has no purpose, heart, or mind, or will. While air of space and time's full river flow, the mill must blindly whirl unresting so. It may be wearing out, but who can know? Man might know one thing were his sight less dim, that it whirls not to suit his petty whim, that it is quite indifferent to him. Nay, does it treat him harshly as he saith? It grinds him some slow years of bitter breath, then grinds him back to eternal death. What men are they who haunt these fatal glooms, and fill their living mouths with dusts of death, and make their habitations in the tombs, and breathe eternal sighs with mortal breath, and pierce life's pleasant veil of various error, to reach that void of darkness and old terror, wherein expire the lamps of hope and faith. They have much wisdom, yet they are not wise. They have much goodness, yet they do not well. The fools we know have their own paradise. The wicked also have their proper hell. They have much strength, but still their doom is stronger. Much patience, but their time endureth longer. Much valor, but life mocks it with some spell. They are most rational, and yet insane, an outward madness, not to be controlled. A perfect reason in the central brain, which has no power, but sitteth wan and cold, and sees the madness, and foresees as plainly the ruin in its path, and trieth vainly to cheat itself, refusing to behold. And some are great in rank and wealth and power, and some renowned for genius and for worth, and some are poor and mean, who brood and cower, and shrink from notice, and accept all dearth of body, heart, and soul, and leave to others the boons of life. Yet these and those are brothers, the saddest and the weariest men on earth. The hours are heavy on him, and the days, the burden of the months he scarce can bear. And often in his secret soul he prays, to sleep through barren periods unaware, arousing at some longed-for date of pleasure, which having passed and yielded him small treasure, he would outsleep another term of care. And now at last authentic word I bring, witnessed by every dead and living thing, good tidings of great joy for you, for all. There is no God, no fiend with names divine, made us and tortures us. If we must pine, it is to satiate no being's gall. We bow down to the universal laws, which never had for man a special clause of cruelty or kindness, love or hate. If toads and vultures are obscene to sight, if tigers burn with beauty and with might, it is by favor or by wrath of fate. All substance lives and struggles evermore, through countless shapes continually at war, by countless interactions interknit. If one is born a certain day on earth, all times and forces tended to that birth. Not all the world could change or hinder it. I find no hint throughout the universe of good or ill, of blessing or of curse. I find alone necessity supreme, with infinite mystery, abysmal, dark, unlighted even by the faintest spark, for us the flitting shadows of a dream. O brothers of sad lives, they are so brief, a few short years must bring us all relief. Can we not bear these years of laboring breath? But if you would not this poor life fulfill, lo, you are free to end it when you will, without the fear of waking after death. How the moon triumphs through the endless nights, how the stars throb and glitter as they wheel their thick processions of supernal lights around the blue vault obdurate as steel. And men regard with passionate awe and yearning the mighty marching and the golden burning, and think the heavens respond to what they feel.